What even surprised me was when, Honorable Dixon said, you can't talk about the debt of a nation without looking at what the money has been invested into, and this government has invested in free SHS, is invested in human capital than any government. Please, I beg you. I beg you. You are a gentleman, true and true. And you must leave it to the Ahiagbes and the Miracle Abuaje and these people. That's okay, I withdraw it.
Yes.
But the point is that borrowed funds have not been used to fund free SHS. So if you are talking about debt, then don't bring in free SHS. Borrowed funds, because you see, the argument you made was that we should not discount what the borrowed funds are being used for. And then you went on and on about free SHS. But the monies you have borrowed, human capital, have not been invested in free SHS. On human capital, the main thing you spoke about was free SHS. I beg you.
Doctor.
So let's be honest to the viewers. I beg you. Then, even with the free SHS, you cannot say that this government has invested in human capital than any government in history. By what matrix? Human capital is not just free SHS. No. Human capital is not just free SHS. Education is even just one subset of human capital. There is health. Look, let's even focus on education. Is education all about SHS? Basic. For a government like yours, the Akufo-Addo NPP government, which has failed to provide basic textbooks for basic schools, almost 6 years after the introduction of a new curriculum, you cannot be boasting about investing in human capital, because that is the foundation of human capital development, basic education. You have neglected basic education. When we were leaving office, we had significantly reduced schools under trees. Today, schools under trees has more than tripled. You are not investing even in school buildings. You are not investing in common textbooks. Capitation grant has been in arrears for over 6 terms. And you are here talking about, you are boasting about human capital, the basic, which is the foundation and the fulcrum of education in Ghana. You've neglected it. Even with free SHS, secondary education is not just about paying school fees. If you pay the school fees of my ward for me, and you feed that ward with expired contaminated food, what have you done? Expired contaminated food. And this is something that the evidence is there, incontrovertible, open and shut. Today, go to the secondary schools. Accommodation is still a major challenge. Dining halls, still a major challenge. In some schools, the children are running shifts. Even with double track, they are running shifts in the dining halls. They go to the dining halls and all they have is, let's say, no bread and 1 cube of sugar. Watch the documentary done by Joy News and look at the food our children are being fed with. These days, when your child returns from SHS and comes home, if you don't take care, you won't recognize him. Because they are not even fed well. Where to sleep in many schools is a problem. The water to drink is a problem. Because you have centralized even food procurement in Accra, depriving the schools of timely release of funds. And most of them are on their knees. Instead of you to give them the money to buy the food from their communities to boost the local economies. Because in every constituency, you are an MP, you know, there is gari, there is kenke, there is tomatoes, there is rice. You can give the monies to the bears to buy the food from there. But no, party Hiesika, the party women organizers must eat. So you have centralized it at Accra, at the buffer stock company, and they are giving contracts to your women organizers to supply the food. And you don't even pay them. So they also delay in releasing the food. So the food situation is bad. The facilities, the infrastructure deficit is huge. This double track thing has distorted our secondary education system. Today, you have a child going to school for 3 weeks, and they come to stay at home for 1 month. Or your bar with you. That is what is happening. You are an MP, you know. And when they are home, parents have to cough money to pay for vacation classes. Do you know the cost of that? You understand? So don't lecture us about how you are the best government that has invested in human capital. Go to the tertiary institutions and see. Today, there is a crisis. The media has to focus on that. An accommodation crisis across tertiary institutions in Ghana. You know how much they pay for a hostel, 1-room hostel, when you are even sharing it with other roomies. Go and check the price. What is the government doing about that? So education is not about... In any case, Doc, before free SHS was started in 2015 by Mahama, children who completed BC...
I didn't hear something.
Read paragraph 7H1 of the 2017 budget.
Of all the things you
hold on. Read paragraph 7H1 of the 2017 budget of your own government.
Oh, okay.
Akufo-Addo's budget, read to Parliament by Ken Ofori-Atta. He tells you that John Mahama started free SHS in 2015. Your own budget. Ken Ofori-Atta said it. He came to Parliament before you and you approved it. And that 362,000 students benefited, day students.
You know.
And if you read paragraph 109, I'm giving you my references.
Something you didn't like.
I beg you. It is not true that we that wrote the Constitution, when you boycotted it and captured free SHS at Article 25, 1B, we didn't like free SHS. You the one who boycotted the Constitution.
NDC discovered oil in Ghana
it
too.
Let me make my point.
I think NDC discovered oil.
If you check paragraph 109 of the 2016 media budget, it is there. That beyond even the 360,000 day students who benefited from the progressively free SHS in 2015-2016 academic year, we also provided for 120,000 borders who we gave bursaries for the 2016-2017 academic year. Anybody watching it, Google it. Paragraph 109 of 2016 media budget. You will even see stories dated August 2016 on that, when government launched
the newest
that
truth.
for borders.
Newest truth.
Hold on. But even before all this will start, and even before Akufo-Addo will come and make it free for day students and all borders, starting with only first years, because he also did it progressively. First years, before he added second years, before he added third year, over a 3-year period. Even before that, those who were completing BEC, were they all sitting at home? Doc, this thing is common sense. Those graduates from JHS, before anybody even started implementing free SHS, when they completed BEC, were they all sitting at home? They were pursuing secondary education. Some, you can say some could not go because they had a problem of fees. But you cannot put together the total population of all students who have gone through SHS from 2017 till now and say that all these people would have sat home and dropped out but for free SHS. That is the analysis you guys are making.
I haven't done that yet.
Because they have even been quoting a 5.7 million figure as the total number of students who have benefited. Fact Check Ghana has done a story. You can Google it. It's not true. The figure is 3.1. Total enrollment since the implementation of free SHS, 3.1 million, not the 5.7 million by Umia and Aduchum have been speaking about. But that number includes those who would have gone to SHS anyways. Like we all went to SHS when there was no free SHS. So you have to do a certain detailed analysis based on the trends to know the average increment in enrollment, and then investigate that and say these people ordinarily could not have gone as a result of the cost barrier, but now because of free SHS they are going. They have been able to go through SHS. But it is so simplistic and in fact flawed to put together the total enrollment figure since the implementation of free SHS and say all these people would have ended up on the streets but for free SHS. No.
They are beneficiaries. It's a different word.
Let's put that aside. And in terms of human capital, look, what President Mahama did with regards to education from basic, secondary, tertiary, you come nowhere near it. You come nowhere. The monies we invested in eradicating schools under trees, right from the Mills's era. The monies we invested in building 2 universities and starting 1 more. 3. We are talking about UHAS. We are talking about UNE in Sunyani. And by the time we're leaving office, we had even secured money for the Eastern Region 1. The one at Somenya. The University of Environment and Sustainable Development.
Fantastic.
Okay? The secondary schools, we built the E-blocks. We started 123. Fully operationalized, 46. Other completed buildings, about 27.
And
that is unprecedented.
And we've done more than that.
You've done what? How many schools have you built?
We've finished many more E-blocks.
So completed, yes. So it's just that you came and completed what was the mama. But you have abandoned many in the bush too. Go to Samre boy. I have been traveling across the country.
Wrongfully placed.
Themselves will tell you.
Wrongfully placed.
And that argument is what you
we'll
should
come to Get Fund and what they've done
for
Ghana.
Honorable.
I was just going to talk about Get Fund.
You are a very objective person.
Yes,
that
argument only Get Fund.
You should not even make that
only
argument.
Get Fund.
I beg you.
We'll go there.
I want to finish fast.
You have taken me there. We'll go there.
Yeah, sure. I'm happy for us to go there. But that argument.
We'll go to just Get Fund though. I'm not even going to add others. Just Get Fund.
I beg you. I know. We'll go there. I'm saying that argument about location, don't even join in that.
Go to Get
because
Fund. STEM schools.
Go and look at the schools in Nkrumah built. Most of them were all built in the outskirts of various towns. That is where schools are built. They are not built in the center of cities and towns. Because when you are building a school, look at the school lands, usually huge. Because they make provision for future population expansion. That is it. So that argument about location, forget. When they built all these schools you are celebrating today, don't you know that they were in bushes, Presec and all these grade 1 schools?
Well,
you know their locations?
Well, added infrastructure.
So hold on.